Morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the 853rd day of continuous and uninterrupted Zoom session of IFPH. Today, we have with us Dr. A.S. Banu Prakash, MBBS, MS, MCH, PEIMER, Obstetrics, BNI, USA. Neurosurgeon, brain, spine, nerve, karma, preventive, holistic, eco-effective, Satya Yuga. He has completed surgical training at PGI Chandigarh, did observership at Barrow Neurosurgical Institute in skull-based vascular pediatric function DBS VNS spine. He even visited City of Hope, where his research work is being done in nanomedicine for brain tumors and robotic surgery. Done extensive neurosurgery like vascular aneurysm clipping, AVM excision, trauma, pediatric oncology, skull-based CBJ spine infections, microsurgical functions, stereotactic endoscopic epilepsy surgeries, stereotactic surgeries, research in neurology, spine fusions with good outcome and functional preservation, especially oncological cases with total and maximum resection holistically. Perform live demonstration surgery of lateral skull base workshop. With pediatric surgery, the immense responsibility magnitude of outcome years of benefit by good surgical decision and techniques has great satisfaction. But in Apollo and Narayana Hridayalaya, teaching experience, he has been teaching MCH, DNB, neurosurgery, MSc students at various medical colleges, government and private hospitals. Published nuances of surgical skills, protocols of management to prevent complications, faster recovery, avoiding surgery by medications, along with holistic approach. Developed patient care modules to junior doctors and nurses for quality care with lifestyle changes to prevent diseases, especially deadly brain cancers, holistically through karma therapy. Being active socially and politically, he is working on truthful model of cost ecologically effective holistic health system as advisor for organizations and government globally. A lot of descriptions are there, and pages and pages that indicates his potential to work as a healthcare worker. The topic is Save the Saviors. On behalf of IFPH, I am welcoming you, sir. You can have the platform for the next 45 minutes. It's over to you, sir.
Yeah. I'm honored for the privilege of addressing you all on the new year. So thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity. Definitely, the times have become so difficult, and we need to understand the situation. I had one question: is the health bill in Kerala passed? What happened to the health bill in Kerala?
No, sir. The bill is pending in the last stage because the scrutiny is about to begin at the secretariat, and they have to present the bill in assembly, and then only the bill will come out. And this is the real position. But our president and secretary and a team of doctors visited the chief minister, and chief minister has confirmed that. And nothing will go against the eye systems in the as said in the bill. All things will be rectified according to him. But let us see how it happens, whether it happens or so. This is the latest position about the medical bill, sir.
Okay. I think I had circulated one what is called amended health bill. I need to get, I'll just get the copy and then maybe recirculate again to Danish sir.
Yes,
the thing, every word, every comma, what they use in the bill can be used against everyone at some point of time. So, see, as an allopath, I might not have a say in whether I should get vitamin C injection or acetylcysteine injection or vitamin D and supplements if I get admitted by the government itself. So that is the scenario what we are facing here. And they make some protocols based on some minimal cost or minimal the common approach, or by some of the government medical doctors who have their own point of view. So as an allopath, I don't have a choice of what treatment I'll get if the government decides to take care of everybody and admit themselves. Similarly, imagine how the other specialities will have to suffer. So, and the whole point in this game is the destruction of the traditional knowledge of healing by ourselves, by being in synchrony with the nature, by using natural methods or herbal medicines and ayurvedic medicines or homeopathic medicines. So that system of decentralized healing is being snubbed by the uh, capitalistic mafia, the mafia of the Rockefellers and the Rothschild foundations, which are controlling the petrochemicals and the allopathic drug industry. So definitely, it's just the beginning. See, usually what happens is, be it the farmers' bill, the how much ever initially we everybody said that those bills are not right for us, they just put it across and then passed it, and then everybody had to come to the streets and fight for nearly years together. But whatever happened for the good, but still how much of success we achieve once it happens, so that is the question. And now interlinking all the COVID scenario, like why the COVID happened, the depopulation agenda by the Europeans, who feel that they are the supreme human race of human beings, the blue-eyed Europeans, and they want themselves to be present across the world while none of the other races should be present. So they have a target of decreasing the human population from 700 crores to 50 crores. And they have made a stone edifice called the Georgia Guidestones, and they have even sacrificed a human being on top of it, because now the evidences are coming out, and the whole scenario, everything is fitting in as according to the Klaus Schwab's book called the Great Reset. And now when I start connecting the dots, I realize that the EVM machines are also installed in the South Asia, Asia basically, the South America and the African countries. None of the Caucasian ruling or people countries like the Europe or the North America or the Australia has the EVM machines. So the major blow to democracy, they started somewhere 50 years ago, when they proposed these machines to the democracies of different countries in the world, third world countries, so that they could capture the governance and keep puppets of theirs. Now when we realize that the corruption involved in the Congress or BJP or even AAP or any other party, and the international fundings from CIA or KGB and other things. So all the international players have been manipulating the third world countries. And recently, what I read was even the HIV virus was a gain of function virus from a simian T cell lymphotrophic virus. It's called STLV. That virus was modified to infect a human, and that's how they created the HTLV, or the HIV, human T cell lymphotrophic virus. And that they released it in Africa to destroy the African race. But it spread to the whole world, and it infected even the Caucasians. And that's why from 1980s, when the HIV came, they have been refining their gain of function research in viruses so that it affects the specific races. So now they have, after a series of experiments with MERS, SARS, and H1N1, and now with COVID, they have mastered the technique so that only the aborigine race, the race with African genes, like the Dravidians in India and all the other South American countries or African countries, and even in the in European countries, those with the African genes, the with black iris, they are dying much more than the blue iris Europeans. This I noticed in few of the videos wherein even young boys dying in Israel. When you zoom into their videos, you can see everybody, the one who just suddenly collapsed in a basketball game or in a gym or a football game, they all have black iris. So it is definitely a selective genocide. And later I started referring to the what is called the genetic isoforms of angiotensin converting enzyme, the spike protein. And definitely it says that there are different racial isoforms of these proteins. And that is how it is specific for different races. And it is the death rates. And now they have one UK doctor, Indian origin UK doctor, has published in this thing, I think, the NCBI portal, that there is an article which says the COVID is affecting different races differently and causing different rates of mortality in different races. So this is how they have engineered the whole virus and the injections also. And even there were questions of why the COVID injections are specific to for different countries. It is labeled that this is manufactured for this country, this is manufactured for this country. Why they are not interchangeable? Why it is so? All these make us understand that definitely we are in war with a tribe of people, with a group of people, 300 families who want to eliminate the rest of the population and decrease it to a few 50 crores, so that they can be managed with CCTV cameras and RFIDs, through which they can identify each of us and then monitor us. Maybe even like how the cochlear implants, they're planning for brain implants to understand our thoughts and understand, predict what we can do in future. So this is the amount of control system they want to bring in. So when they are thinking in so many steps ahead, how do we counter them is a question. And definitely we need to be countering at every level, in the sense we need to ask for our rights, say that this is wrong. We need to show them that this is what your plan, we know it, and this is wrong, and this is not good for you also. Of late I have been targeting them, saying that the karma theory of the suffering which they are creating is the same, is killing them itself. Imagine the Rockefeller Foundation, David Rockefeller, senior guy. He died at 99 years of age after having 10 heart transplants, and still he couldn't make it to 100. And that is the same foundation which is trying to control the weather. And something like they can create floods at some area. They can even cause cloudburst. They can cause drought. So the all the floods but that happened in South India, and even most of the South Asian countries, and the drought in Switzerland. Imagine the ice cap mountains. They created a drought. They created the rivers were dried, and forest fires in France and Italy, and even I mean, small boats were lying on the sand. So such sort of a weather modification they want to do, just to decrease the amount of food production, so that people fight with each other for food and kill each other. And they just watch the show. They are just psychotic people who are watching the show. So I have been countering to Nimans also, saying that recognize supremacy psychosis as a psychotic disease, give it an ICD code with different subcodes for race, religion, caste, and degrees, or even money and beauty, or whatever subdivisions for the supremacy psychosis. And let us treat them with counseling if they're ready to accept their problems, and they have intuition, and they confess. And also maybe some amount of medications, antipsychotics, or even electroconvulsive therapy, and to the worst psychotic ones, maybe psychosurgery. So this is how medicine has to evolve. And maybe I would like your suggestions in this regard of how to heal the supremacy psychosis in the people. Maybe as homeopaths, you need to identify that psychosis at a budding stage and try to heal that in the society. And maybe I mean, sometimes whenever a patient comes to me, something like one policeman came to me. He said he had a back pain. He said it's all probably the karma of you beating up people who were just going out to buy some vegetables or fruits in the lockdown. Then he was laughing. But definitely we need to make it a point to tell them that this is what is the consequences of your actions. Somewhere we need to create a sense of guilt, create a sense of fear, because that is how we need to, because that is the truth. The truth is they are also suffering with diseases, they are also suffering, and that I mean, after David Rockefeller, even imagine the Steve Jobs, he died of pancreatic cancer. Why should he die? Because he knew that Apple could do such sort of humongous things, which is like snooping into everybody's data, taking a, recording video, recording audio, even without knowing, without the person knowing. And also what is called you heard about the Pegasus malware and so all these concepts he knew, but still he couldn't speak it out, and he couldn't address it to. So that is the duality in oneself which creates the cancer. So that is how we need to relate the health and the duality of life, and we need to identify this as a disease and heal it. So as doctors, see, we can't take a sword, or we can't fight it out in the court, argue it out, or see, at least we need to be brave enough to point it out to the person, to a patient who comes, any corrupt person. I mean, there was a commercial tax officer. He had some issues. His mother had some problems. His wife had some, mother had low back pain and difficulty in walking and other things. Wife had some headache and other things. And after giving them all the advice, medical advice, I told them, see, you are in a department where there is a lot of corruption. So until unless you try to modify it, you try to uh, come out of it and be truthful and sincere, karma shall create more diseases in your family. So this is how we need to be bold enough and strong enough to speak the truth to people. Because as you said, I mean, homeopathy is a more integrative way of medicine, integrating the body and the mind. And as far as I have learned, it's like you look into the whole perspective and then give one medicine which is suitable. But that suitable medicine should also include one symptom and sign of supremacy psychosis also. That is what I would address to the society. Because this is one disease which is not even recognized with an ICD code, which is most prevalent in the society. And that is the one which is creating all the problems, to the extent that even homeopathy might be removed as an option for people, or even the doctors. See, if some of the doctors themselves, homeopaths themselves, are sick, and if they are trying to board a flight, if they are tested positive, the government can take them and lodge them in a hospital where probably homeopathy might not be option at all. So imagine you will be treated with some allopathic medicines, and you will be forced to take some injections or vaccines, and then what you will land up with. So this is this grave scenario that is trying to unfold in front of us. So until unless we see, it is some people are saying that I am very what do you say, fear mongering, or I am just like creating fear among people. But see, the best person is who is prepared for everything in future. See, keep all the options open, be ready to face every situation, and at the same time prevent as many as possible, as many abnormalities as possible. Until unless we do that, just a mere assurance by the health minister or the chief minister saying that we will ensure that everything will be smooth is just an eyewash. You know how true the politicians words are. The Even the bureaucrats have become like that. And the judiciary is the which is the last resort, also has become a puppet in them. So I was trying to correlate. So this is this whole, the same mafia of COVID mafia, or the people who use the supremacy psychotic of the Europeans. They have created the HIV virus. They have installed the EVMs. They have installed they captured the democracy. They have captured individuals' right to live also now. So till now, it was just the facilities to live, to prosper, to educate, to have a job, or even enjoy the benefits of life. because they have been isolating some of the good hill resorts for only government people. Initially, that was the IBs were very exclusive for the government people. Now there are many hills and even valleys which are isolated for private people. The private business people, they have made resorts and made an exclusive ecosystem for their network of people. So that is how they have been capturing the ecological resources of the world. So with all this scenario, how much of diligence we need to have, and how much awareness and how much preparedness we need to fight is left to each of us. And definitely uh, even I mean, it's better to be overcautious than under prepared. So until unless we are over prepared and prevent things, and at the same time, see, offense is the best defense. We need to target, tell them the truth that they are the sick people. We need to tell them the truth that they are the ones who need healing and not the rest of us. So with this perspective, I think we need to go ahead as truthful healers. We need to ensure that this the niche space for homeopathy which is there is preserved and safeguarded and prospered, so that the next generations get the benefit of this as a as part of a holistic system of medicine, so that the ecosystem is conserved, and there is a better health of truthful health across the world.
How we can overcome all these things, Dr. Saab?
In Karnataka, I've been meeting the health commissioner, the health minister, even the chief minister, and telling them that what you're doing is completely wrong. You're being part of the COVID mafia, which is you're being played by, or you're being used by the COVID mafia. Maybe we can't force them. You can't say directly that you are part of the COVID mafia, and that is bad karma for you. That is what I have been telling them on their face. And many of the, especially the police department people, the senior officers, when I speak of karma, they get very outraged. They try to say that you watch your karma. I mean, it's all, I have been facing all those things, but still I would say that I tell them, as a doctor, I need to speak the truth. If I don't speak the truth, that is bad karma for me. So I'm speaking the truth. So in this way, in a determined way, we can change. And definitely, I felt there was a good momentum in suppressing the COVID injections. But again, Karnataka I would put it truthfully, person who has been put in the Karnataka health minister post, a puppet of the COVID mafia, he spoke saying that there is another wave coming and the Chinese wave is coming and take injections. And I've been fighting it out in across media. There are few people who say that you should apply for a PIL and other things, but many of the PILs have been uh, dismissed, and even fine has been put for the person for PILs. As of now, I'm asking few of my lawyer friends to take it up, but nobody is ready. So till then, I would continue with creating awareness to the people, and the news channels. Some of them, one has been helpful in spreading the news about the truth. So that is how every step we need to take should be truthful, rather than thinking that we can't achieve the goal. Let us not do it, or let us be let us be half uh, effort, or I mean half truthful about it. Let us speak the complete truth. So then only, even if it reaches one person and he gets modified, he'll become a warrior for truth. So that's how we need to ensure it. So definitely things are moving. It's a global phenomena, it's a global mafia. So a global change has to come in, and significant footwork has been done. We just have to take it to the face. We are on the steep slope. We just need to take it to the logarithmic slope of what is the integrated effort. Thank you, sir.
How we can, because it is the government, one person or the government you cannot convince, but how the publicly you can mobilize that to make aware to the public and to be make a movement against these things.
From November 26th to January 26th, the Constitution Day to the Republic Day, I have been doing a daily fasting protest in Freedom Park in Karnataka, in Bangalore, to create awareness about the whole European mafia, which is trying to control the world through EVMs, through the COVID and the weather warfare. So definitely, and the next, what do you say, the arm they would use probably would be the 5G and the 6G, which is the 5G is already there in our Wi-Fi devices in our homes. Through that, they are trying to decrease the stamina and the energy of everybody. So I would request everybody to switch off the 5G at night and use it very cautiously at a specific time. Like everybody is ready to use the 5G for from something like 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then it gets switched off. So, and even the data and the GPS in the mobile also is switched off, because the damage by these electromagnetic radiations is affecting the endocrine system and also our determination and our resolution and our integrity. So yeah, I don't know how much of problem will happen with the 6G, but 5G itself was very bad for even the birds and small animals, and many people who had controlled seizures had breakthrough seizures, and many became irritable, angry, and frustrated, and very fighting and emotionally disturbed whenever the trials were made with 5G. So let us all first learn the truths of this assault on us. Let us acknowledge them, brace ourselves, make a keep. Let us ensure that we are healthy first. See, I went to the Lucknow for a convention by BAMSEF, the Backward and Minority Communities Employees Federation conference, so that I could speak to people across India. And the amount of cold, the chill, the stress of traveling and everything has made me a bit sick of cold and fever. But I'm avoiding to take any allopathic medicine so that I improve my healing power from within. So I've been just taking some kada kashaya, and I've been taking good amount of rest and nutritious food. So that is how we need to strengthen ourselves, because one of my allopathic friend was telling, probably they are assaulting us with injections now to kill, but soon enough they might poison every medicine what we have, so that people are killed. Those who have any diseases, those who are dependent on new medicines might be killed. So if a doctor can think of such a possibility, imagine what all these people would have thought. Because the whole point of suppressing all other brand of medicine is because the production of the other brand of medicines, Ayurveda or homeopathy, is decentralized. It is not as centralized as an allopathic medicine, which are the petrochemicals. So those centralized manufacturing processes can be hijacked, can be bypassed, even in COVID injections, even in an automated processing manufacturing unit. There were multiple entries and bypasses, and manual additions were made into the formulas. So this is what is coming out. The truth is coming out. So let us all be integrate our lives to the nature and ensure that natural living is with health and happiness, with even some natural methods of healing by ourselves, so that we don't depend on their killing possibilities.
What about your opinion about again next that version of to the COVID is Omicron is going to come? They are telling they are thinking to give more vaccination. What about your opinion about to the next vaccination?
Sir, I have been publicly saying not for any injections, no more injections, because they have planned for 20 injections till 2050 to decrease the population. And I would probably say that they would be titrating the genetic, what do you say, the protein specificity of the spike protein, so that gradually the aborigines, from the aborigines to the hybrids of Afro-European hybrids, and till they eliminate most of the hybrids and keep only few, what do you say, the Europeans, the blue-eyed Europeans who survive. So definitely no vaccinations. I would suggest fight it out, saying that there is no need of it. The vaccine exemption certificates I have digitally signed, and it is public. There are many other doctors who are issuing the vaccine exemption certificates. If at all this is still insists, it's just a relationship between the nurse and the person who is getting injected. The nurse can inject into the air and give a certificate. So any duplicate certificate should be a good thing, rather than subjecting ourselves to any experimental injections, which can definitely, which has been killing people, and which is, the whole intention is to kill people, is to depopulate. Then how do we believe them that they are giving us something good? And definitely, now the government of India recently publicized saying that we'll give an intranasal vaccine also. Why do you want to see, when somebody, if the virus is there in somebody's lungs, their immune system would have destroyed the virus, the infectivity of the virus. Only the byproducts of the destroyed viruses will be exhaled from them. So caring for a sick patient is immunization, is the real immunization. Let us understand that and let us be part of it. So truthful, compassionate, helping, caring for a sick patient is the real immunization that is needed for the society, and that is what we need to do as doctors also. And that compassion is the lifesaver for us, and that is the vaccine without any side effect. Any other injection or nasal vaccine is always a death sentence. I too had a lot of fears initially. Initially, I had a lot of doubts about whether these are true or not. But later, as the evidences have come, even now we have a document which says that in 2017 itself, the Rothschild Foundation had a global tender for COVID RT-PCR tests, which was labeled COVID-19. So imagine in 2017 only they had global tender for COVID-19 kits. So that is how they are prepared themselves over many years. So when they are so strongly determined to do, why should we hesitate from speaking the truth? And after gaining all the evidences and connecting the dots, what I realized was, if I don't speak the truth, I'll feel guilty all my life about it. And whatever I say is the most now what do you say is the what is the most truthful concept. I mean, the fact which I am saying, if I say anything lie for my own greed or any misunderstanding or any what do you say benefit, then I believe in the theory of karma. I say that I'll suffer the same cancer, stroke, and heart attacks, which I have been telling them. I have been telling, my recent pamphlet says that this is the karma smriti for you. For
Yes,
the Manupadi who want to create Manusmriti instead of constitution, instead of democracy, I am saying this is the karma smriti for you. Be aware, live in this world with your family, with your children, with your parents, with your grandchildren happily. Don't create bad karma for yourself and suffer with diseases and die. So let us live a
yes,
peaceful life,
yes,
integrated, and let us live and let live. That is the whole concept.
yes,
I'll start from first. I think they tested waters in among the most intelligent population of India in Kerala using Nipah. how, how how the Indians will respond, how the intelligent community of India will respond, and somewhere maybe we should have realized it and fought it much more tooth and nail at that point, so that we could have prevented this COVID. But now at least we know retrospectively that we need to fight it out. Okay, so the second thing, that doctor who she died, just look into her photos. She might have a black iris, so that shows the specificity of genetic specificity of the virus and the vaccine. And what I've realized is many of us are hybrids of African and European race. The spectrum is from blue iris to black iris, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, brown, light brown, dark brown, and then black. And to my surprise, when I met Basuraj Bommai, the chief minister, the person who is being put as a puppet in the chief minister post, this is how I word whenever I say, I don't address them as they are the chief minister, they are the puppets who have been placed in the chief minister post. So this is how truthful we should be. So he has a yellow iris. I mean, that is the genetic specificity of people who have been elevated to political positions and bureaucrat positions, even judiciary and also the media positions, because that is the genetic supremacy they have been doing. This has been done over many decades and centuries probably. And definitely I have also seen many videos that China doesn't have any major problem, but these people are see, and variants can happen naturally by any virus, because the virus can undergo shift and drift mutations. And I don't believe that it might be a natural. I believe that it might be a new variant which have been introduced by these mafia itself, because they already have created multiple variants of the virus so that they can continue the killing. They call it the culling. You know about the birds, when the bird
Yes.
flu happened, many birds were just dumped into a ditch, I mean into a hole.
And it
uh,
is good.
yeah, they call it the culling. And Hillary Clinton uses the word human culling. So that is how they describe these. They say that the population is too much, let us get rid of the humans. So this is the language they are using, as though we are just dispensable animals for them. So definitely when we look at this perspective, we realize the importance of our right to live. Leave apart right for education or a job or even a luxurious life. It is just a right to live. So definitely we need to integrate ourselves. And one more thing what I wanted to caution everybody is, whoever has a farm field, plant a lot of trees of fruits, nuts, vegetables like the drumstick and other leafy vegetables which can be used as food, because they're planning to create series of droughts or floods across the third world countries. And Somalia, you can see, is suffering with so much of drought over many decades. And we have been not I mean, they are asking for charity, many of the international organizations, but nobody is thinking of even doing a cloud seeding there and creating rain. Or because Dubai is a rich country, they say that the whole Dubai's water needs are met with cloud seeding. Why can't they do it in Somalia? Why can't they do it in Ethiopia? Why are they not doing it? Just because they want to destroy the African race. So that is the scenario. That is the what do you say ploy they are playing. So they are using this weather warfare. So plant a lot of trees and of vegetables, fruits and nuts and leafy vegetables, so that even in drought or even in this thing, we can share and care for each other, share the food, and buy all the grains of pulses and cereals from your relatives and friends farmers, so that they don't have to sell it at a lower rate to the APMC or which are indirectly bought by the silos of Ambani, Adani or Walmart or Flipkart or Amazon, because now we know that even Ambani, Adanis are being invested by these multinational companies. So indirectly they'll capture the grain, and maybe they'll create a parallel PDS system for only their hybrid slaves. So that is these are the possible scenarios that can happen in future. So let us have our own security for healthy breath. I call it, because it is not just oxygen, it is not just nitrogen, it is the lot of antioxidants and the volatile oils and also the fragrances and the molecules which come out of a tree or a plant, which are like antioxidants and health immunity boosters and for ourselves, keep our mind calm, keep our body healthy. So the water security by the roots of the trees and the food security by their products. So that is what we need to create in future, because whatever assets we make, the houses or the plots are all can't save us until unless we, even a single tree can save us for nearly many months together. So have different trees which give fruits in different seasons, and ensure that food security is there for everybody. That is one thing which I would suggest, because the GMO foods, the GMO plants, the seeds which are coming so that nobody can create more saplings out of these products. So that is the whole plot is to depopulate and then capture the world, and 300 families should enjoy the whole world as their real estate. That is the whole idea. What they say, there are some rumors which say that the virus was spread through chemo trails, like the bio trails, using aircraft, or it was put into the water. But these are some options which are very difficult and which can be leaked out. So what they want is they just create a fear among people. The fear itself, with the fear, they'll force to injections, and injections create the wave. Then they say that the wave was coming, that's why we injected. So it is like, rather than saying that because of the egg the chicken came out, they would say that the chicken will come, so you buy the eggs, so everybody will take the egg. So that is the whole scenario here. So definitely, even French immunologist Dr. Luc Montagnier, he said the waves are created by the injections, and that has been proven repeatedly. And many of the Israel countries where up to 5 injections have been given, there have been multiple waves and many deaths. And definitely the race specificity we need to check. Many of us have taken the injection and have not had any problem, because we are a hybrid of the Afro-European race. We have light brown iris, most of us, because we have both the genes. So the first few injections might not have affected us, but definitely it has affected many of the pure breed Dravidians, or the African gene people, those who have died, and somebody with comorbidities. So definitely, this is the target was 20 injections. Somewhere down the fifth or sixth injection, even we hybrids would have got affected.
What is the benefit this cut mafia? If the population is not there, it is reducing. What is the benefit for them? Reducing the population. What is their benefit? It is a logical question that I like to ask.
Humans are the ones who have a mind and demand for their rights, demand for right to live, right to have food and resources and a share of the earth. The whole point is the real estate of earth. They want to own the whole of the earth, all the resources of the earth. According to them, 50 crore population can be put under surveillance. They can be monitored. They can be, manipulated by whatever means. They can even be put RFID tags or other tags. So that is the logical plan they have with that logic. And definitely, what we need to do is, whatever is their nefarious plan, we need to be strong, we need to be courageous. Dhairyam sarvatra sadhanam. So with that courage, if we start speaking the truth and start fighting for the truth, then only we'll be successful. Thank you, sir.